All right. It's kind of weird. My hair is just messed up. I need a haircut. It's curling on the side. Can't do anything about that right now. I got stuff to do. Like this. This is gonna be like the 4th or 5th time that I've tried to record a video update thing talking about everything that's going on or has gone on or where I've been and the new studio. But things happened, which is actually one of the things that like happened really got in the way of me even like making a video, because normally I would just record it in my booth and I would just have the webcam and I'd hook everything up. But all the videos that I was trying to record where it was like talking head, the audio was out of sync. And supposedly there's some kind of issue with Windows 11, and I griped about that on social media. And something related to my Yamaha mixer. I think the Yamaha mixer issue has been fixed, but a lot of the issues with Windows still kind of lingers. It crashes more than ever. Long story short, because I kind of don't want to go in the full-length thing about it, my computer crashed and the hard drive was completely kaput, so put a new hard drive on it, and the people at Best Buy installed Windows 11 onto it, and I didn't know anything about Windows 11, and it ruined everything. It absolutely ruined everything. It was the most frustrating month and a half before I really started to like get things fixed. Had to work on my laptop for a little while, work on my phone, work on my iPad. It was insane. That got resolved. But I had finished the studio long before that. Everything was basically, ready to go. And supposedly it should have been just a smooth transition. But because of the issue with Windows, it was a nightmare. That's basically been fixed. I have some new gear, some new tech, working with some new software and some new apps, working on the Blackmagic camera app for my iPhone, which I'm loving. That's what I'm being filmed on. I have a new backdrop. I got some extra lights, color lights. I have a new microphone, which is kind of a self-contained thing, which I don't want to look at right now, but it's a Zoom M2 or something like that, but it's a 32-bit float recorder, which I will do a review on, I promise, as soon as I can get everything up and running. But that's probably what you're going to be listening to this on, unless there's an issue with it, because issues abound. There was also another microphone that I was supposed to do a review on, and that wouldn't work. I don't know why, and I kept trying to talk to, and that was supposed to be done before I moved out of the previous place. And I talked to the manufacturer of the company, and they couldn't explain what the problem was, and they kept wanting me to retry, and I'm like, I can't do that right now. And then recently, finally got, for the studio, Blackmagic Pocket. Now this is the 4K, this is not the 6K, but for what I'm needing and for what I'm planning on filming, this is more than enough. And I did get I don't have a speed booster. I used to. I gave it to someone else who's using it. So for right now, I just have a very simple, cheaper adapter with some of my old lenses from my old Canon Rebel T3i, I believe. Big battery pack. And I do not have SFAS or whatever cards. I don't have the stuff to put the data on yet. But I'm working on that. So at some point in time, you're going to start seeing some short films and hopefully some features shot on this camera, which I've written a whole bunch, being that I've had a lot of time to do other things and I haven't been able to do the usual videos and the Let's Plays and stuff like that. Doing a lot more writing. I'm going to put that away. And then, on top of that, very recently, in fact, just last night, one of my best friends in the whole wide world passed away. And she'd been in the hospital for a while, and things got worse and worse, and we knew that the inevitable was coming. We'd all been very prepared for it. She was 67, never in great health, basically. Since her entire life, the doctors had basically been telling her that she would never make it past adulthood, and that she could never have kids and all this kind of stuff, and she ended up living to 67, far beyond what they expected. And she has kids and grandkids. She led a good life, and she was a big inspiration for a lot of the stuff that I've written. The Black Dress was basically written just because she really liked the story and motivated me to write it. She is, if anyone has seen the kind of rough animation pilot for the idea that I had for Mr. and Mrs. Stormtrooper, which I might still kind of do, the kind of the copyright legal fear seems to be kind of dying down, so that one seems to be a little bit more flexible. But she did the voice of the mom for that, and she's also the voice of a couple other projects that I'm working. Unfortunately, those are unfinished, and so it's going to be tricky to kind of write around or film around or work around that issue. Fortunately, she and I, when we would record for any of these projects that she was involved in, I would hit record and I would not turn it off, and we would just go over it, and I would just, cut out the parts that I needed. So I have multiple hours of just raw audio of her and I just having conversations and her going through multiple takes. And so I have lots to work with, and so that's basically how I'm going to be keeping that alive. So a lot had been going on. A lot had been very busy, and hopefully this will be at least a way that I will be able to get videos out to you guys. That, and hopefully in the future, the Blackmagic Pocket 4K. And I also love the fact that I can actually use my iPad as kind of like a monitor too. I can't do it right now because I'm already recording, but I can use it as a monitor to view the screen. So it makes the things a whole lot easier. And because this is a 32-bit float, I'm not worried about screaming or levels and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's the very short version. I had multiple hour-long versions of every single one of these issues, but because I couldn't upload any of these videos, I'm giving the abbreviated version right now. I don't really feel like it's necessary to give you guys the kind of the how I put the studio together, because everything that I've talked about and everything I've done in my previous studios is the same here. There's nothing new, so I don't think you guys would really benefit. I will still do kind of like a walkthrough and kind of show you guys, because it's kind of interesting. It's different. There's a few issues that I'm having to deal with. Windows right there that I need to treat. The closet isn't perfectly ideal, and just right beneath me is the garage door. Two of my roommates use the garage door as basically the front door. They're Yankees, they're Northerners, they're weird, but it's fine. And so, anytime that gets opened, I have to deal with that. But ultimately, it's fine. One thing that I did want to talk about is I have a lot of things that I'm really starting to put into perspective, things that I'm really starting to really appreciate and really understand, and really kind of coming to terms with. One thing that I did want to talk about is the issue with AI and people using AI for actors that have passed away. And since my friend passed away, Nadine Moore, who one of the oldest and dearest friends, I finally get it. I'm not going to be using AI unless there's like one word that we're not able to find a substitute for or not able to work around. And I would only ever do anything like that with the permission of the family. But I get it. I do get it. And it is weird to finally really kind of like understand the kind of appeal, the draw, especially when it's someone that you know and someone that you love. And you see a lot of these videos and a lot of these apps where you can take photos and it'll animate them, and makes it easier to like clone people's voice and all this kind of stuff, essentially bringing people back from the dead. And that's kind of what I think the issue is, and I kind of think that's what we're dealing with. Yes, of course, we obviously want to, we wish we had more time with people. We wish we had new memories. We wish we could make new memories. But I think that's really the issue with AI in this sense, because it's artificial, it's fake, it's not real, and it really is better for us to not think of AI like that. You know, in the moment, obviously, it would feel good to see that person who's passed away smile again. But I think what's better, and one of the things that I've been focusing on, is to try to make new... That's what I'm talking about. Try to make new memories with the friends that you do have, rather than trying to relive the memories or create new memories with people that have passed. And that's one of the major issues in this sense of AI. You're also seeing a lot of people talking about different actors being brought back from the dead. You know, all of this, almost every single one of these instances has been with the family's estate. You know, their family, their wives and their children basically giving the approval. So it's, you know, but it does feel weird. But I do really, truly, like, get it. I will say that one thing that I'm glad I started doing as a way of, like, very much honoring my friend's memory is one thing that she never did. She never hated anyone or anything. She was very specific. She was very particular. And with a lot of, especially with the kind of the political spectrum and lots of TV shows and movies coming out that, you know, people hate left and right, one thing that I've been trying to do as a way of very much honoring her memory is to not hate. I'm not going to vote based on hate, and I would recommend that no one else votes based on hate, because I know a lot of people that are voting simply because they hate a particular person. That's not what you should do. And some people spending a lot of time, wasting a lot of time, griping about movies, TV shows, and video games online. And again, spending a lot of time on stuff that they hate. And it's very, very unhealthy. And that's not what she would do. And that's one of the reasons she was my best friend. She only wanted to talk about the stuff that she liked. She only wanted to work on the projects of mine that she liked. She only wanted to encourage the stuff that she liked, instead of kind of trying to tamp down the things that she hated or droning on about the things that she hated. So that's what I'm doing. That's just the stuff that I've been having to deal with and reflect on. And it's kind of the new structure. Not necessarily that anything about me has necessarily really changed. I don't really think. I mean, I've never really been like a big like hater. I mean, I did the Mario movie thing. That was mostly comedy. In fact, that was almost all comedy. Some people have taken that too seriously. But like true, genuine hatred. That's basically out the door. So anyway, it's a lot of things, but that's only because I had 5 different videos that just wouldn't work. I had to cram them into this. This is actually the short version. So there we go. There's the update. New studio, new microphone, new camera, and new camera, which I do want to film on my phone. I have a few like phone lenses that I want to try out, and I'm trying to get some actor friends of mine to do like a little action short to test it out before we really do something bigger scale. So that might be coming pretty soon. Either way, that's it. Those are all the updates. It's a lot of stuff. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Totally fine. Subscribe if you're new. Bell for notifications, and leave down the comment section below. I'd like to see me cover any other topics, ask any questions, or let's have a discussion about the AI thing and people passing, and how you're handling friends or family passing, and what you're doing to cope, and you know what you're doing to honor their memory. Maybe that's a better conversation. But yeah, it's gonna be it. Until next time, peace.